Hello everyone. Welcome to Say It with Roz. What I want to talk about today is people or recommending that people do not run from law enforcement, because it seems like whether the officer's life is in danger or not, a lot of times they end up shooting and killing the person that's running away. And isn't it better to just face whatever it is? I mean, even if you're being detained or arrested or questioned or whatever without cause, or you don't think it's right, it's better to be alive than to be dead. It's better to go and present your case before a judge, than being shot dead in the back, I don't know why a lot of these officers do that. It doesn't happen all the time, because there have been cases where people have actually shot at the police or pointed a gun at the police and they live to tell about it. But unfortunately, I don't know if any black people have been able to do that or not. So I'm just saying, and it happens to white people too. Although I do believe that black people do get, shot down more than white people do. But I did see a video not too long ago about this white guy that had gotten stopped. And the reason was that the officer said he ran a stop sign. Now, I don't know if the guy had some other legal or, issues or what. I'm not sure why he ran away. And I'm not sure why the officer eventually asked the man to get out of the car and proceeded to handcuff him. Because I didn't see the officer on the video go back to his car and run a check on the guy. So if he did have a warrant or something, how would the policeman know that? I'm not sure why he proceeded to arrest the guy. And the guy got upset about it. He's like, why are you handcuffing me? Why are you arresting me? And anyway, they got into a wrestle, a little skirmish there. And the guy broke away from the policeman and he ran off. Well, the policeman ran behind him and shot him and killed him, So this was a white guy, and I'm not sure why it was necessary to do that, I thought that only in the cases of when a police officer, was threatened, it was in imminent danger, or when other people were in danger. So, but we see these cases all the time. And did I print that out? I asked AI. Man, I don't see that. Let me see here. I think I have it on my phone. So, hold on a second, and I'm going to read something for you. I'll be right back. Okay. So this is what AI says, and I'm just going to read it. The use of deadly force by law enforcement when someone flees the scene is a complex issue that varies by jurisdiction and specific circumstances. Generally, in the United States, law law enforcement officers may use deadly force if they believe it is necessary to prevent serious injury or death to themselves or others. However, the mere act of fleeing does not automatically justify the use of deadly force. Okay? So, I just think it's better not to do it, because you don't know what is in that officer's mind. You don't know if he thinks he's in danger, whether he is or not, or does he think you're a danger to other people. I mean, it's all subjective, you know. So, even if you have a warrant, or you've done some crime, I think it's still better to face the consequences and live to see another day. Number one, don't do any crimes, okay? That will solve a lot of it. Don't steal cars. Don't rob people in places, you know. Don't kill people, you know. And you won't have to worry about that. But, and I realize that sometimes people who have done something wrong, they would rather die than go back to jail. So I guess they don't mind taking a chance and running away. But for the average person, in my opinion, it's just not worth it. Face the consequences. Go to court. If you have been wrongly detained or arrested, make your case in court. Don't argue with these police officers, you know. Even if you think they have no reason to say anything to you, you know. So, I've only been stopped by law enforcement a couple of times, you know, in my life. And it was for traffic stuff, you know. A couple of times when I was traveling from Houston to Mississippi, you know, to visit my folks, you know, I got stopped once for speeding, and once because the police officer said I was going over the line, like I was weaving, which I didn't think I was doing that. But did I argue with him? No. I gave him, you know, the credentials that he asked for. I answered all of his questions, you know. Did I have a firearm or drugs or explosives in the car? No. He even asked me to get out of my car. Now, I'm an older lady. I had retired, so I was, you know, in my 60s then. And so I got out of the car. He made me go to the back of the car, you know, had me open up my trunk, which I did, you know. I didn't object to any of this. And then he looked inside of my car in the back seat. You know, I had my cooler back there because I was going to go fishing with my mother. And I always took a cooler with me anyway and put me some sodas and some water and some beer. You know, I drank beer back then. And so, you know, he just commented, "Oh, you got some beer?" I said, "Yeah, you know, I do." None of it was open, you know. And he actually also questioned me about my tags on my car, my license plate tags, because I had gotten my new plates quite a while ago, but I had never put them on, Lord. I actually got stopped again for that a few years later, you know. I'm just a procrastinator on some things. But anyway, but, you know, I had the plates. They can tell whether you got new plates or not. The weird thing that I found out about that, was when you get new plates, at least here in Texas, they don't keep track of who had the old plates, you know. He didn't, you know, because he was saying the plates didn't register for anybody. So that was news to me. But anyway, the guy ended up, he didn't even give me a ticket, you know. He didn't give me a ticket, even though I didn't have my plates, my new plates on my car, you know. So I just, you know, I could have resisted, you know, I could have said, why do you want to look in my, I don't have anything, you know, blah, 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 blah. But why do that, you know? Anyway, that was all I really had to say about that, because I see so many of our young men getting, what have I done here? So many of our young men getting gunned down, you know, because they're running away. And it's just not worth it. Even in the case of this young man that got shot and killed, you know, for him and some other guys were in a stolen car and they got stopped. And they all ran, and he ran away. He actually had a gun, I guess, at least allegedly he had a gun. And they shot and killed him. I mean, it's better. I don't know why everybody wants to carry a gun these days anyway, you know. But one of the things you definitely cannot do is show your gun in the presence of law enforcement. And very unfortunate. Young man, he's dead and gone. When he could have gone to court about the stolen car. I don't know if he helped steal the car, if he was just in the car, but he could have been alive, you know. Especially he shouldn't have taken his gun out, you know, as if he's going to shoot the police. In a case like that, I think they're, according to the rules, the laws, they're justified. Because they don't know if you're going to aim that gun at them or not, you know. So if he did have a gun, he should have just kept it in his pocket or his pants or whatever and let them search him and take the gun and still be alive and go and face the consequences of the stolen car thing. But, and unfortunately, his father went out and shot a retired law enforcement officer, you know, because he was upset about them killing his son. And I personally don't agree with that, because now he's ruined his life. And secondly, he killed someone that didn't even have anything to do with the death of his son. So, all very unfortunate. But anyway, to wrap it up, don't run from the police, people. If you've done something wrong, just face it. Just face it. Stay alive. That's all I've got to say about that. Over and out.